Okay, so once again, this time our topic is about statement of the problem, no? So maybe, no, somebody always asking how to write a problem statement, no? Paano nga ba gumawa ng statement of the problem? Yun yung laging ano eh. Syempre laging nagre-rely tayo niya sa ating variables sa ating title, ano. But of course, most commonly, no, when employees show their initiative and problem-solving skills, they are demonstrating the ability to handle complex or anticipated circumstances in the workplace. So, organizations rely on individuals in teams who can assess problems effectively and propose viable solutions. Now, so what is the problem statement? No? A problem statement is a statement of a current issue or problem that requires timely actions to improve the situation. And this statement concisely explains the barrier the current problem places between a functional process or product in the current state of affairs. No? So this statement is completely objective, focusing opinions. No? To make this easier, it's recommended that you ask who, what, when, where, and why to create the structure of your problem statement. And this will also make it easier to create and read and makes the problem at hand more comprehensible and therefore solvable. No? The problem statement, in addition to defining a pressure issue, is the lead in the proposal of a timely, effective solution. So, okay, again, after you have identified a research problem for your project or research, the next step is to write a problem statement. No, so an effective problem statement is concise and concrete. So it should be put the problem in context. So what do we already know? Describe the precise issue, no, that the research will address. So what do we need to know? So show the relevance of the problem. So why do we need to know? And set the objective of the research. So what will you do to find out? So when should you write a problem statement, there are various situations in which you might have to write a problem statement. So in business and other organizations, writing a problem statement is an important step in improvement projects. So a clearly defined and well understood problem is crucial to finding and implementing effective solutions. In this case, the problem statement is usually a standalone document. So in academic research, writing a problem statement can help you contextualize and understand the significance of your research problem. So a problem statement can be several paragraphs long and serve as the basis for your research proposal, or it can be condensed into just a few sentences in the introduction of your paper or thesis. No, so the problem statement will look different depending on whether you're dealing with a practical real-world problem or a theoretical scientific issue. But all problem statements follow a similar process. Number one, contextualize the problem. So the problem statement should frame your research problem in each particular context and give some background on what is already known about it. So practical research problems, no? The practical research focus on the concrete details of the situation. No? Where and when does the problem arise? What does the problem affect? No? And what attempts have been made to solve the problem? Let's say for example, napapanahon, no, voter turnout in Region 1 has been decreasing steadily over the past 10 years. No? In contrast to other areas of the country. So according to surveys conducted by organization or conducted by the UCC student, turnout is lowest among under 25s and people on low incomes. And there have been some effective attempts at engaging these types in other regions. And in the last two election parties, let's say A and B, increased their campaigning efforts in region, let's say region 1. No? But this intervention have yet to have any significant effect on turnout. No. So theoretical research problems, no? So for theoretical research, think about the scientific, social, geographical, and or historical background. So what is already known about the problem? Is the problem limited to a certain time period or geographical area? How has the problem been defined and debated in the scholarly literature? Okay, so number 2, show why it matters. The problem statement should also address the relevance of the research. Why is it important that the problem is solved? This doesn't mean you have to do something groundbreaking or world-changing. It's more important the problem is researchable, feasible, and clearly addresses a relevant issue in your field. So another, of course, is set your aims and objectives. Finally, the problem statement should frame how you intend to address the problem. Your goal should not be to find a conclusive solution, but to seek out the reasons behind the problem and propose more effective approaches to tackling or understanding it. So the aim is the overall purpose of your research. It is generally written in the infinitive form. So the aim of the study is to determine, the project aims to explore, I am investigative too. Diba? So the objectives are concrete steps you will take to achieve the aim. So qualitative methods will be used to identify. I will use survey to collect. I use statistical analysis that research will measure. Okay? So yun po yung mga dapat nating i-consider. So I will show you my chapter 1 to 3 example. Actually, still ongoing yung ano ko nito eh. Wait lang. Share screen. Actually ongoing, no? Depends po ng March 5 next week, no? So, let's say for example, so chapter 1 to 3 din na may permission, no? So, actually, that's what I mentioned earlier, no? When it comes to your introduction, see to it, no? Na since ang discussion ko is about management practices. So therefore, my introduction is about the discussion of school leaders, effective school leaders, yung situation sa ngayon ng HEI school heads. No? So dapat ganon. Organization, ito yung based sa literature, no? And then previous researchers na about, di ba sabi ko kanina, dapat ang ating introduction, dapat tinitingnan natin yung kung ano yung mga mayroon sa research na available na sa literature and studies. Okay, then sa background of the studies, no, syempre ang focus ay Philippines, so i-discuss natin yung Philippines, no? Then after that, kung may mga researches related doon, dapat i-discuss natin. Tapos yung mga claims, sabi ko nga kanina, huwag kayong malilito. Parang parehas na ng literature ang aking background of the study. No, magkaiba po 'yon, ano. We wanted to establish, no, our topic, kaya meron tayong mga review of related literature sa ating background of the study, no? So then and total quality management yung conceptual framework, no, sabi ko kanina, yung conceptual framework depicts the interplay of the variables that are taken into account when determining the management practices, no? So ito yung sample ko ng aking theoretical framework. So ito kasi yung coverage ng statement of the problem later, makikita ninyo management practice in the new normal of the HAI administrator. So material resource management, human resource management. So ito yung nakakover do sa management practices. So this will be my conceptual point, no? Then statement of the problem. So as you can see here, kasi ang paggawa natin ng questionnaire naka-based din sa statement of the problem. So sabi nga ni Sir Padama kanina, meron kang una muna na general statement. Ito po 'yon. Then after ng general statement, meron tayong specific, no? So this time, ang ano ko is profile of the respondent in terms of age, sex, civil status, and so on and so forth. But again, hindi lahat kailangan ilagay dito kung hindi naman siya nakaka-affect dun sa iyong variables, no? Parang kung wala ba to, sa tingin mo, ang management practices ba, kapag babae iba, pag lalaki iba, di ba pwede? Yung gender ba, possibly rin, yes, sabihin natin ang lalaki straightforward, ang babae mas puso yung ano. May mga ganun eh. Pag civil status, pag single ba sa management practices. So titingnan natin kung ito po ay nakaka-affect sa ating variables. Pag hindi naman, wag mo lang ilagay. Di ba? Then, a while ago, nagpakita ko sa inyo ng aking conceptual framework. So sa conceptual framework, balikan ko lang ha. Sa yung conceptual framework ko. Isang moment. Tingnan yung sequence ha. So, sabi ko naman kanina. So yung sequence, mahalaga po yun. So kanina nasa una yan. Ito. Di ba nakita nyo nasa unahan, material resource management, human resource, ethical, instructional, community engagement. So dapat pag simulan natin yan, sa statement of the problem, dun din sa sequence. So mauna si material, human, ethical, instructional, community. Hindi yung basta maghahalo-halo kung ano lang maisulat mo. Okay? Then tapos yung siyempre yung is there a significant difference on the context of and the extent of management practices when the group of their school heads, no, and the formation, so on. Then to what extent are problems encountered by the school heads in the management aforementioned areas, and what operational plan can be proposed based on the results. Kasi di ba, nakita niyo yung mga advice ko sa inyo sa title, basis for the Human Resource Development Program. Basis for. So kadalasan kasi pag master's degree ganon. Pag doctorate degree iba naman, kailangan nakatago. Kailangan babasahin muna ng readers bago maintindihan, bago makita kung ano yung gusto mong palabasin. Sa master's degree, dapat ipapakita na agad natin kung ano yung gusto nating mangyari. Anong gusto nating maging output. So hypothesis, scope of the limitation. So focus na muna tayo dito. So this will be an example on how you'll be able to do your statement of the problem. So ganun lang. So pwede nating i-compare itong profile sa management practices. Pwede yan. Kaya ito, di ba? Management practices saka profile, kinumbine ko. Pero pwede rin natin na tanungin yung ito, no, number 4. Problem encountered by school heads in the aforementioned. Ano na-encounter na problem ng mga school heads dito? Material resource management, human resource, ethical, instructional, and community. So pwede natin gawa ng additional hypothesis yon. Kasi ang hypothesis ko focus lang doon sa dalawa, no? But kapag sinabi ng panel, Mr. Abante, dagdagan mo to ng additional hypothesis. So syempre pwede kong i-compare ito at saka itong result neto. Yung mga ganong bagay. Ganun po natin ginagawa ang ating statement of the problem. Okay? So, again, a research problem is a specific issue, no? Tandaan po natin 'yan. Difficulty, contradiction, or gap in knowledge that you will aim to address in your research. So you might look for practical problems aimed to contributing to change, or theoretical problems aimed to expanding knowledge. So bear in mind that some research will do both of these things, but usually the research problem focuses on one or the other. So the type of research problem you choose depends on your broad topic or interest and type of research you want to do. Okay? So your topic is interesting and you have lots to say about it, but this isn't strong enough basis for academic research. Without a well-defined research problem, you will likely to end up with an unfocused and unmanageable project. So you might end up what other people have already said, trying to say too much or doing research without a clear purpose and justification. So you need a problem in order to do research that contributes new and relevant insights. So whether you're planning your thesis, starting a research paper, writing a research proposal, the research problem is the first step towards knowing exactly what you'll do and why. Okay, so I think that's it for statement of the problem.